Alright, so I already went ahead and got the metal for my roll cage. It's a 1 3/4 DOM tube with a .120 wall. So they only had this much of it, so I'm gonna have to go back to the store next weekend and get some more, but this should be enough for the main hoop and the cross brace. So what I'm doing now is I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat in the car. I already got the steering column and the shifter and the pedals, because I want to get the seat first to where I'm comfortable to then build the roll cage around me. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this sitting position. I think I want the seat a little higher than what it is right now. So I'm gonna try to do that. So I put a 2x4 in the back of the seat just to lift up the back about 1 3/4 inches, whatever a 2x4 comes down to be. I think it's about that. 1 3/4 inches, and that puts me in the position I want to be. That's a great driving position for me and high enough. So all I gotta do now is extend the bracket where the seat sits. The seat sits. Extend it down the 1 3/4 inches, and that will put me in a good spot. I tried everything. I got good reach to the pedals. My hand feels good on the shifter. The only thing I don't like is that steering wheel is a dip dish. So the steering wheel is close to me. That's the only thing I don't like. And the only way I can fix that if I remove the quick release, which I don't want to do, because once I have my sidebars, it'll be easier to get in and out of the car if I can take off the steering wheel. But we'll see. So I got options. If I don't like it, if I end up not liking it, I'm gonna have to just get rid of the quick release or get a flat steering wheel and not a deep dish like this one. We'll see. Alright, so I'm making 2 brackets to lift up the seat about 1 3/4 inches. These are 3 inches by 1.5. So I'm going to go ahead now and drill a hole for the bolt, bend it, and weld it on the bracket. Okay, those are my 2 brackets. One is a 90-degree, the other one is just straight. That's just because one is towards the outside of the car, the other one is towards the inside of the car. They got different mounting locations. One is horizontal, the other one is vertical.
Next level.
Alright, my two brackets are done. That one, this one. But I would like to add some extra excuse me. I'd like to add some extra reinforcement. So I'm gonna add another plate diagonally to triangulate that area. Same thing over there, right there. Just one like that, just to add some extra support. Four brackets are welded and cleaned up. All I gotta do now is give it some paint. There you go, so ready to go back in the car. There's the bracket, looking great. I put the protractor on it, and it reads 0 front and back and side to side, so it's level. That's great. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put the seat on. Alright, so I like the position. The only thing that I'm not sold on 100%, it's the steering wheel and how close it is to me. And that's just personal opinion. I typically like my hand to be not at a 90-degree angle. I like to stretch my arms to grab the steering wheel. And also, if the event you crash, it's further away from you, and that's a great thing to have. But I don't know. Until I drive it, I'm not gonna know 100% if I like the position of the steering wheel. So the seat, that's the location that it's going to be at. The height is perfect. I like the lay back, and it still gives me enough room for the roll cage to go on. So now I can go ahead and start bending my my main hoop. Alright, so now that I got my seat in the position where I want it, it's time to start bending the main hoop for the roll cage. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to measure. I'm going to take a few dimensions here. Alright, so the center of my roof is 21 and a 1/4 inch. That's from the center to the side of the roof. Then I need to know, so this is a cheater. I bend this tubing in the tube bender just to know where the tube bender starts bending and when the radius starts happening. So this is the edge, this is where you hook it up to the tube bender and you see how far back the radius is. So the idea is that when you put the tube inside the bender, you know where to start bending so that your bend is, you know, it's not hitting the car or too far out. And that distance is 12.5. So from the center of my tube to where the bend starts happening is 21.5. I mean 12.5. And then from that I gotta subtract 1/2 inch on each side. So that's gonna put me at 12.5. But I'll do that once I start bending. I subtract the amount. So now I just gotta repeat the same process for the other side, and then I gotta find out what angle this is. So I gotta make a bend right here of 73 degrees. So this is pretty much it, with all my tolerance removed from the dimensions already. So you can see on top it used to be 12.5 inches from the center to the first bend. So I already removed 1/2 inch because that's what I want on the sides. I want a 1/2 inch tolerance from my tube to the frame of the car. And then it's a 73 degrees bend from here to here. And then from that, where the bend stops to where the other one starts, is 8 inches. And that again is with my tolerance removed. I'm dropping down the cage from the roof of the car down 1 inch because the roof of the car has some ribs on it. And it's taking up a lot of space. So, and then 8 degrees and straight down. That's the main hook completed. Now I gotta do the diagonal across that comes from top of my head all the way down to this corner. But that will be on the next episode.